Today, on Starfield Essentials, I compare fast and alternate start mods. I'll give an overview of each mod, free and paid, and include recommendations in my conclusion. My name is Richard. Let's get started. SKK Fast Start New Game. SKK Fast Start New Game by SKK Mods is available on Creations, with an achievement-friendly version for 200 credits also on Creations, and on Nexus Mods. SKK Fast Start is one of the oldest and most reliable Fast Start mods available. Before researching alternatives, this was the mod I used on a regular basis. SKK Fast Start gives you 3 options for interacting with the world. I usually choose option 2, which bypasses the main quest, but gives you access to all Constellation companions. The second main choice requires selecting a starting point. Most of the time, I just pick the New Atlantis spaceport or the Lodge. The third main choice involves deciding your character loadout. These are simple and straightforward. SKK Mods built this mod to be reliable. It does not play around with removing the default ship or other alterations. Because there is also a cheap, achievement-friendly version, this is a good option for those who want to start a new game without having to repeat the Vectera introduction quest. The only time I've had an issue with this mod was when I tried picking a random start location. The mod deposited my character outside the Reliant Medical Organics lab on Beta Ternion 1. The game froze and I had to start over. My next random location placed my character on Procyon 6B. When you choose an alternate location start, it's fun to watch the Frontier land nearby. I recommend for all of these mods that once the setup process has completed, you save your game, exit, and reload. Several of these fast start processes seem to disable some aspect of game audio for whatever reason. Saving, exiting, and restarting seems to fix it for me. Next, Crimson Start New Game. Crimson Start New Game by SKK Mods is available on Creations and Nexus Mods. You might ask, why doesn't SKK Mods just add a Crimson Fleet option to SKK Fast Start? Apparently it's technically cleaner and safer to use a completely separate mod if you want to begin with the Crimson Fleet quest. The only drawback for console players with this mod is that there's not an achievement-friendly version. I really like the simplicity of Crimson Start New Game. It only asks if you are a spy for SysDef. If you say never, then it does not activate the quest to gather evidence for SysDef. If you say maybe, then the quest to gather evidence for SysDef is active. The mod equips your character with Crimson Fleet gear and ship. You're in space near the key, and can dock and visit as a rookie pirate. I like to use this mod if I want to have a pure Crimson Fleet playthrough. Next, Roll Your Own Start. Roll Your Own Start by Wynterhawk is available for 600 credits on Creations. It is achievement friendly. Roll Your Own Start takes fast start modding to an entirely new level. From the very first screen, the black and white menu tells the player that this is a different kind of experience. There are a lot of options here, so I will demonstrate a few tests that I performed. I started with character creation, then chose Start a Custom Game. The mod drops the new character on a landing pad at the Freestar Militia Impound Facility on Montara Luna, a moon of Montara in the Cheyenne system. You're told that you've already collected the first artifact from the mine on Vectera, and your active quest is called One Small Detour. You have 20,000 credits, and can spend them by visiting several vendors at the POI. This is a pretty clever way of giving a new player a way to start the game. For my second test, I tried the Start or Continue NG Plus option. If you haven't created a character yet, the mod gives you that choice. Next, the game detects if you have selected a Unity times entered value elsewhere in the configuration options. I had not, so I selected the default of set NG Plus to 1, do Starborn Start. Choosing this option puts you inside a Starborn ship, and again you'll visit the Freestar facility on Montara Luna. There are 2 other fun options that I'd like to mention with Roll Your Own Start. The first option is Pick a Ship Owner Start. After creating a character, you choose a planet and ship. Here I selected Etheria Ruins and a Spacer Raccoon. I'm given the option to look around the Freestar POI to buy gear. As soon as I enter my ship, it executes an automatic program and flies to the selected destination. The second option is Pick a Pedestrian Start. After creating a character, you choose a location, quest, and ship type. Here I selected New Atlantis, Attorney's Fees, and Explorer. My character ended up on New Atlantis with a debt of 29,300 credits, required to unlock access to my spaceship. The idea for this start is that you'd have to perform quests or otherwise gain enough credits in order to get your ship back. I added credits via console command to demonstrate how you do unlock ship access once you have sufficient credits on hand. Overall, Roll Your Own Start is a sophisticated and polished alternate start creation. It offers several creative ways to begin the game, each of which have deep customization options. I was a little apprehensive about paying 600 credits for it, but this is a truly high-quality creation that adds a lot to the beginning of the game. Next, LSD's New Game Customizer. LSD's New Game Customizer by Lysoft Dev is available for 500 credits on creations. It is achievement friendly. This mod starts the character at the Vectera mine with the Wake Up scene from the vanilla game. After character creation, there's an abbreviated scene with Lynn and Heller, followed by a set of customization menus. Your character appears to be in the lobby of the lodge, but this is just a temporary location if you choose to manifest elsewhere. Using these menus, you can select apparel, weapons, spaceship, location, inventory, and experience level. These are deep menus with many options, but you're only allowed one weapon, one ship, and so forth. My choices drop my character off at the Den with a warmonger spaceship and a set of gear that I thought was appropriate for a bounty hunter. I think this mod is a little overpriced compared to something like Roll Your Own Start, but I can't argue with the number of options given after character creation. Now let's turn to some options only found on Nexus Mods, and therefore available only on PC. Next, New Game Starts with Character Creation. New Game Starts with Character Creation by Almighty SE is available on Nexus Mods. This mod does exactly what it says. It begins with a cutscene that shows after your character acquires the first artifact. Then you're with Heller and Lynn in the Vectera facility. From there it's exactly like the vanilla game. The advantage is that you bypass all of the tutorial material prior to this moment. I imagine this saves 10 minutes or so compared to the vanilla experience. The next 3 mods are the reason I made this video. They all arrived recently, within a few days of each other, so I thought it was worth taking a look. Next, Roleplayers Alternate Start. Roleplayers Alternate Start by Zekrok is available on Nexus Mods. This mod has 2 options. The first is a vanilla start. You begin in the mine, but you avoid the elevator ride down to that position. Otherwise, there does not appear to be any difference from the regular game. The second is a custom start. This is where things get interesting. You begin with character creation. After that, your player is standing in the Unity. You customize your game by interacting with objects placed around you. This was really creative and visually appealing. One factor to consider is whether to select a starting ship or not. If you choose a ship, then you have an option later in the customization phase to repair that ship before being able to travel with it. Choosing a ship also eliminates the shipwrecked option, which makes some sense. By interacting with the objects, you can choose player home, starting location, delaying the main quest, character level, budget for purchasing items, gear to purchase, appearance, and starting ship. One aspect of this system that I really like is that you can customize your ship for free in a ship builder while inside the Unity. As an example, I swapped grav drives to be sure my ship could make longer jumps. The final step after choosing to start your adventure is to influence the variables affecting starting location. When you make the original starting location selection, you'll only choose categories and not specific places. Those categories include a random settlement, star station, civilian or scientific outpost, mine, or dungeon. This final set of menus select location level and location habitability. I chose game default level and high habitability. My new character ended up at a civilian outpost on Jemison. Be sure to save your character right away at this point. If your character doesn't survive the next few minutes, you'll be back at the menu for configuring your starting location. Overall, this free mod is really amazing. I especially like interacting with objects in the Unity to customize a character. All of the options are helpful, and there are tons of choices for players. Next, No Ship Fast Start. No Ship Fast Start by Red Number is available on Nexus Mods. This is a simple mod with a big deliverable. You will not have a ship after character creation. After making a character, you're asked to select a starting location. And that's it! You only have a miner suit, no weapons, gear, or anything else. In my example, I chose Cydonia. My character had to steal a knife from the broken spear to survive. I quickly sold the stolen knife to the trade authority and bought it back for the same amount. With it clean, I looked for something to do. My character found 2 bounties. One surrendered peacefully, and the other put up a fight. I was able to use the stolen knife to eliminate the bounty and gather some loot. This is a pretty neat way to start a new game. The modder uses an empty placeholder ship to satisfy the game's need for the player to have a ship of some type. Next, First We Crawl. First We Crawl, also by Red Number, is available on Nexus Mods. I'm not personally interested in the mechanics introduced by this mod, but I wanted to cover it in case you see it and wonder about it. First We Crawl builds on the system introduced by No Ship Fast Start. The most obvious change introduced by this mod, beyond the no gear, no ship start, is that interstellar travel is crippled. For example, if you buy a ship like a Rambler with a 22 light-year jump distance, by default it will not be able to reach any other system. This is because the fuel requirements exceed the ship's default 50 value. I was able to overcome this limitation by outfitting the Rambler with additional fuel tanks. The jump from Alpha Centauri to Sol required 242.2 fuel units, which I was able to accommodate. I'm not personally a fan of survival mechanics in Starfield, but I know this is a big draw for some people. Check out First We Crawl if you think that interstellar travel should be difficult from the jump. Next, ignored options. I'd like to close with a few other options that I did not test for this video. Starfield by Mice516 requires SFSC and console command runner. I like to use fast start mods that don't require SFSC, but let me know if you try this and how it works for you. Alternate Start Starfield by SpaceDove4 is just a collection of save files. This means it really isn't an alternate start mod. Alternate Start Immediate NG Plus by Draspian is a collection of batch scripts. These let you customize a character later in the game. Finally, Super 17 Skills plus Level 60 Character is also just a collection of batch scripts. The difference is that these are an older version of scripts that I use after I start a new game with something like SKK Fast Start. This mod was also my first attempt at contributing anything to Nexus Mods. Finally, conclusion. There's something for everyone with these choices. If you want something free and simple, SKK Fast Start is probably for you. If you want to keep achievements, select the paid creation version of SKK Fast Start. If you want a mod that is achievement friendly and more full-featured, then Roll Your Own Start or New Game Customizer are good options. If you play on PC, then I think you would enjoy Roleplayers Alternate Start. For a straightforward challenge on PC, try No Ship Fast Start. Thank you modders for giving us so many choices. And thank you to all my subscribers. Please consider subscribing to show YouTube that you enjoy positive and honest Starfield content. Special thanks to all channel members. I hope you're enjoying our private Discord server. If you'd like to know more about membership, click the join button on the channel. There's no obligation. I use your contributions to pay for drives for capturing footage and to buy creations to review. What have you been doing in Starfield? Your insights make this channel a place for positive and honest discussion of the game. In addition to videos, I also post to the community tab for this channel on a daily basis. If you subscribe, you'll see these posts in your YouTube feed. If you made it to this part of the video, please leave a comment with the phrase, "Let's get it started." Also, remember to ring the bell icon and select all notifications. Check out my other videos, and please tell your friends about the channel. My name is Richard. I will see you in the Starfield.